Ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to do a video today covering the last 24 hours in Marvel Contest of Champions news. So we have a couple of things. We have the version 12.0 status update number 3, and then also this whole thing about gear, which has been so much fun, and I want to give my opinion on that. And there might be some strong language during that round, but before that, we're gonna, just as a bit of a disclaimer to some of the younger viewers, you might want to turn off after we've finished talking about the version 12.0 status update. But anyway, let's cover that first. Let's see, what some of the changes to endgame content are going to be. So basically, in terms of like Act 4, there are going to be overall reductions to the direct damage effects in tough spots like Thorn/Tires and Venom and Juggernaut. So I'm interested to see kind of, how those impact those certain encounters, because especially in, well, the current state of the game, where block proficiency is a little bit screwed, those fights are especially tricky at the moment. However, I believe you can still use Ronan to, like, completely face roll over both of them, so I don't think overall that's a huge problem, but I think like Thorns and Tires, especially in that really annoying, like, Luke Cage chapter, and also in kind of some of the final chapters, Tires can be a massive pain, so happy to see that getting toned down a little bit there. And in regards to Labyrinth of Legends and Realm of Legends, we're also going to see some changes, but they're taking a different approach. There will be a reduction in the damage output of all opposing champions in those quests, so I'm really interested to see how that kind of affects, like, in particular, like Magic, Falcon and War Machine, because those are three characters that are extremely frustrating to fight in the Labyrinth of Legends just purely due to their damage output. So, interested to see what actual changes come through in there. Hopefully, I'd really like to see the node on Mark of the Labyrinth removed that gives your opponent more attack based on, like, the lower health you have, because when you revive up at 40%, your opponent has like 300 to 400% more attack and deals a lot more damage, and that's very noticeable when you're against like Magic and War Machine and Falcon. So yeah, if that part of the node gets removed, Labyrinth of Legends might be a little bit less of a Salt Fiesta. Still going to be pretty bad on those bosses, but less bad than it is now. So interested to see what they do there. And Realm of Legends, I think, like, with block proficiency restored, like, Realm of Legends wasn't, it's never really been a case of taking a lot of damage in Realm of Legends, because, if you can get 0 on your parries, then it's all about just being able to finish the fight. But we'll see what's up with that. I'm interested to see what changes they'll make. Hopefully we're going to see some adjustments to Winter Soldier Special 2, kind of putting it back to the way that it was before, if they can possibly do that, and also maybe some changes to Wolverine, because it seems like his regeneration is working in a little bit of an odd way at the moment with kind of the updated changes to Wolverine. So yeah, interested to see kind of what happens there. And also in regards to Alliance Quest and Alliance War, most of the Thorns nodes in Alliance War have either been removed or had their defensive capabilities reduced. So they announced this actually a few days after the patch, and also apparently degeneration effects in map 5 are going to be made less severe. So yeah, interested to see what happens with those particular changes to Alliance Quest and Alliance War. Again, this one suffers the same problem that all of the updates do so far, in the fact that they lack, actual numbers, so we won't be able to tell until the patch comes out. But the kind of this daily form of communication, I'm really enjoying. I think they've definitely ramped up kind of both their transparency and communication game since this patch. So I think this has been potentially like a really good breaking point for the developers to realize that there is a need to kind of interact and communicate a lot more effectively with the community. And that kind of brings us on to the second point, which is basically Ronan Noop and the Living Tribunal have been doing an excellent job in kind of the early stages of #BoycottMCOC to kind of form a big pact between a lot of the top alliances to kind of stop spending until some of the issues get fixed. Now, I really like a lot of the stuff that the Living Tribunal has done, but I really did not like this post that he did on gear. He said, "I know exactly what Kabam has planned, and you should too," and basically the whole post is just about, like, gear is definitely coming, and we will have to pay to get back what we already had. And this is just his opinion and his thoughts, and I feel like this was really, really unnecessary. At the moment, I believe Kabam are fully aware that they have fucked up this update, like really, really royally, and they have so much shit on their plate at the moment. And to just come with these very, very bold claims that just because they, you know, had this in China, that they were going to have it in the US version as well, sorry, the global version. I think, I don't know, it just came across as like really, really arrogant, like self-righteous, like I know exactly what's going to happen, guys. I've seen the future. They're going to add gear. You're going to have to sell your house to get it. And I think with the massive shitstorm that's going on at the moment, the community did not need this. And in response to it, one of the developers actually did a huge post talking about gear and design, basically confirming that gear is not going to be ported from the version of China, and also talking about like the 12.0 changes were not forced, and basically how 12.0 was a huge fuck up and entirely on their back. But they did say something as well about potentially adding like items that allow you to kind of change the certain utility and effectiveness of certain champions, which is potentially a bit different from gear. But I think in either system, like you can't begin to go on like a wild speculation or rampage or grab your pitchfork until you've actually seen the system in place. And I think moving forward, especially with the stuff, we're going to hopefully have an open beta for any future updates that are going to come. So yeah, I really did enjoy this post. It was great to see a member of the development team coming forward, basically just kind of addressing the stirring shitstorm that was started on Reddit for no real reason apart from to rile people up even more. I just didn't see it as constructive. I don't think it added anything to the 12.0 discussion at the moment. Like, let's focus on the shit that is broken at the moment, because the game is in a very bad state. It is a huge pile of crap at the moment, and there's like enough to worry about, and enough for the development team to worry about without like starting these wild rumors and, you know, being really confident that you know it's gonna happen. So confident that you even take it to the press without actually knowing. Like, it just frustrates me, guys. It frustrates me. No, we've got a lot going on. Our communication, I think in the first few days, was really effective in terms of we got the message across very quickly that the community did not like the update because of the several core reasons like block proficiency and certain other changes, and I think we communicated that so incredibly effectively on the first days. And Kabam, they were very humble about it. They have not shoved anything in our face. They have been doing everything they can to work with us. So I'm not trying to be like a huge crazy Kabam supporter and say that their game is perfect at the moment. It's not perfect. It is really broken from its current state. But like, this isn't helping at all. This is doing absolutely nothing to kind of further progress, like getting the issues that are issues now resolved. It's just kind of fear-mongering and spreading like crazy stuff and rumors that might not even happen. So yeah, I got what you were kind of trying to do with this post. You were trying to have a preemptive strike, but it was such a bad decision. And also, you just didn't do it in a very constructive way as well. You just like fucking circle jerked it all over Reddit and allowed them to get into a frenzy and sent it off the press. Like, oh, come on, dude. Come on, man. You're better than that, dude. You are better than that. You are better than that. So, to add to the press, like, I've been contacted by quite a few press outlets this week asking for an interview on Marvel Contest of Champions patch 12.0 and the player rebellion and all that stuff. But I have communicated my point effectively, that the update's a piece of shit. I feel like I have made several videos to do that already. I don't need to do it anymore. Like, the message was well received, in my opinion, in the first few days. So there's no need to just keep on fucking beating this shit stick into the ground. Like, I think it is well and truly embedded in the ground, and it has been for several days now. So yeah, guys, like, the point that I'm trying to make here is like, let's just, before whipping everybody into an even crazier frenzy where we all just fucking hate each other, like, let's just see what they do. Let's just see what they do with this update. The communication, the daily updates so far has been pretty fantastic in terms of actual, like, you know, willingness to communicate. In terms of content, it's been very lacking, but until I see the update, I have no idea. It sounds like they are making adequate changes to the game So let's see what goes. Let's see what goes on. Let's see what happens. And hopefully, in a few days' time, we're going to have a better version of Marvel Contest of Champions. And we can all just chill the fuck out and play this game for a good time. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to leave a like. Apart from that, take care and have an absolutely fantastic day.